Hiya! Welcome to LSB Feasters radio channel, where we keep great radio from the past alive. Today we're going to feature one of my favorite personalities. His name, Frankie Hollywood Crocker. He became a legend in R&B radio and spent many years in New York radio. He started out in Buffalo, where he was on the air till eventually he made his way to New York at 1600 WWRL. After a stretch there, he went over to become a top 40 jock at WMCA in New York. But when they changed format to talk, he needed a new gig and moved over eventually to WLIB-AM and FM. And Frankie was instrumental into rebranding WLIB-FM into WBLS, which is still an R&B powerhouse to this day. WBLS launched in 1972, and Frankie Crocker was its main architect. And he was rolling along until he ran into some legal issues and had to leave the air for a while, but came back in 1979, spent much of his career there, actually had a couple of different tours of duty at WBLS, and then eventually at the end of his career, he went over to 98.7 KISS. Frankie is the guy who is known for coining the phrase urban contemporary, which was used throughout the 80s, 90s, and 2000s for R&B radio. Frankie passed on in 2000, but while he was programming in New York, man, he was a sharp programmer, kept tight rotations, and had a really big flamboyant personality. Was even known just to make scenes when he would go out in the club scenes around New York. One time, even coming to the club on a big white horse. Seriously, he did that. Anyway, if you never heard him, here's your chance to check him out. It's Frankie, the Chief Rocker Crocker, on 107.5 WBLS, New York.
Hollywood. WBLS, New York. Stereo in black. Where you hear Sly and the Fabulous Stokes, John Coltrane, Buddy Mott, Roberto Isaac, Marvin Gaye, Cannonball, Errol Garth, Miles, The Impression, Freddie Hubbard, The Isley Brothers, James Cleveland, Wilson Pickett, Pharaoh Son, King Curtis, Wes Montgomery, Billy Preston, Flip Wood, Jackson Fox, Dion Moore, Gloria Lynn, Al Green, Stevie Wonder. All happening now on Stereo in Black. WBLS, the total black experience in sound. 107.5 in stereo.
An Odyssey with the OJs from Backstabbers, Love Train, Put Your Hands Together, and Don't You Call Me Brother from Ship Ahoy. Freak. Oh, yeah.
Hollywood.
Weak for you, because I'm a freak for you. 20 minutes past the hour 5. WBLS, For the Love of Money, coming up next. 22 minutes past the hour 5. OJs from Ship Ahoy, For the Love of Money.